Hey guys. Oh my god. Speaking. Hello to all 11 of my subscribers. It's Grace. So here's a little story for you, right? Yesterday I filmed a video and it was a review on Morgan Matson's Since You've Been Gone, a book that I thought was okay but I still had a lot of problems with. That video altogether was 40 minutes long, and it was so long that while I was recording, the sun set and I had to turn on my lamp for lighting, and I looked orange and the video was really grainy and it was altogether just a bad time, but I still uploaded it onto my computer and started editing it. As I edit this thing, I got pretty far into it. I started using a new editor and it was working really well. I was like a half hour in of this 45-minute video, and I was gonna get it down to around 35 in the end, I think, if I would have finished actually editing it. But then the editor couldn't take it anymore and my entire computer just froze and I had to restart it and I lost everything, and I didn't have it in me to go back and edit that 45-minute video again. So I'm gonna film a shorter video and it'll take much less time to edit and I'll get it up much faster, so we'll see. But today I decided let's not just review that book again because it'll take too long. I'll just write a review out on Goodreads, honestly. I'm gonna show you my TBR, not my Goodreads TBR, which is over 600 books long. My bookshelf TBR that I own. Oh, it'll be a fun time. So, I think I have around 34 to 36 books here today, and it's honestly a mess. I've got all of them laid out on my bed, and I'm gonna show you them here today. Good times. So, where do I start? First one we have here is Legend by Marie Lu. Mary Lou? I think it's Marie. I got this for free from my library because they were getting rid of a bunch of the copies they had for this book because they just had an absurd amount of copies. So I took one. I haven't read it yet and I don't know when I'm going to read it, but I got this, I don't know, I think it was last year. So still haven't got to it. That's fine though. It's good. It's all good. And then at the same library thing I got Ungifted by Gordon Corman. His name almost rhymes. I don't know what either of these books is really about. I know this one is about a dystopia, I guess. This one is about a kid. I think he gets put in the gifted program and he's not gifted. Yeah, he gets sent to a gifted school, but he doesn't think he's gifted or something like that. I don't know when I'll read that. Honestly, I don't know if it's on my list that I refer to every time I choose a new book, or if I just don't choose it every time I look at the list. So fun. Then I have We Were Liars. This is the deluxe edition that I got a week ago, I think. I read this book once a year every summer because I love it. I really like this book, so I read it once every summer. So I think I've read it 4 times so far, and I'm gonna read it again probably when I'm at camp. So it'll be a good, nice read. This one has deluxe extra material, but I've already read that extra material, so whatever. Who cares, dude? Next we have Naomi and Ellie's No Kiss List. I think it's Eli. Yeah, it's Eli. I tried reading this book, right? But when you start reading it, you'll notice that in Naomi's parts, she uses a lot of emojis, and that just really bothered me. It annoyed me to the point where I couldn't keep reading it, so I put it down. I don't know if I will get back to it. I've been avoiding it because, you know what, you use too many emojis. Oh my god. Then I have Les Miserables by Victor Hugo, the Signet Classics Edition. Haven't read this. I don't know really when I'll read this, but in the event that I read it for school, I already have a copy that I can annotate and stuff, so that's nice. Wahoo. I love it. Then I have All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven? I don't know. I already read this, but it's nominated for an award in my state, and I want to read it again so I can vote on the award thing, so that'll be nice. When I read it, I thought it was okay. I don't know. I'll read it again, and I'll annotate it, and I might make a review for it. You never know. The last time I made a review, it was 40 minutes long though, so I don't really trust myself anymore. Then I have Charm and Strange by Stephanie Kuehn. I'm not sure. It's spelled Kuehn. I don't know how to pronounce that. I think it's foreign. Aren't all last names foreign though? Anyway, I think I started reading this book and I just really have no clue what it's about, so it seems fun. It seems like a good old time. It's Charm and Strange. Then we have An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. Once again, I already read this, but it's nominated for an award, so I get to read it again. I thought it was a good book. I know there's a sequel. I don't know if it's out yet. I think it is. I should probably read that. I will later. Then I have the Pretty Little Liars series. Right now I only have books 1 through 4. And I've read books 1 and 2. These books are really, to me, they're more of entertainment value than actual, like, a good plot line and stuff. The books are just okay is what I'm trying to say. They're kind of entertaining, and they're just, if you're tired of reading books that make you have to think, read some Pretty Little Liars, because no one ever really knows who A is. It's always one person, but then it's not one person. And there's lots of drama, and it's campy, and it's loads of fun. I need to stack these somewhere else. This stack by me is falling over. What is my life gone to? Then I have War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I have read 72 pages. I like this book. I like The Great Comet of 1812. That's why I'm reading the book. I just have a short attention span. I don't want to read this whole thing like in one long run that takes me like a month. I would rather read it in little chunks. So far 72 pages in. Not sure when I'll start reading again. Maybe soon, maybe never. Who knows? I do like the book though. It's pretty good. I have The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I've had this book for probably a year and I still have not read it, but it seems like it will be a good read. Just don't know when I'm going to get to it. I like the cover. I like just how it is. It's nice. It's a nice little copy. I've kept it in pristine condition for the year that I've had it, where it's just sat on my shelf and collected dust. Then I have To Kill a Mockingbird. Started reading this one too. Honestly, I don't know why I put it down, because it wasn't even really hard to follow. It's a pretty good book, as far as I know. It's pretty good. I think I read the first 2 chapters. I like it. I don't know why really I put it down, but now I'm in the middle of other books and I just can't pick it back up. I'm probably going to read it in high school, so then I'll get to it. That'll be good. I gotta go get more, because I didn't get all of them down. Where did I go wrong? We've got Sarah Dessen, Keeping the Moon. I have another Sarah Dessen book that I read. It seemed okay. I was like, this story wasn't great, but it was alright. Then I read the back of this book, and I realized that almost every book that she writes is the same basic plotline. The girl, something happens. Either she moves, she goes on a trip, a long trip, something happens to her, and then summer starts and she does something new and she meets a boy and they fall in love. End of story. So I don't know when I'll be reading that, because I'm not motivated. Then I have Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. This book, I read the first chapter of it and I thought it was pretty funny. It seems like it has a pretty dry sense of humor. It seems good. I like it. I've got just not enough time, but too much time on my hands, you feel me? The Miseducation of Cameron Post by Emily M. Danforth. Am I even saying authors' names anymore? I did in the past 2 books, but I feel like I'm gonna forget. Anyway, I read this book. I want to read it again. It was very good, and I like it. And it's like the story just never ends, and that's what I love about it. You'll be at the end, but there's still gonna be another big thing that happens. It's a Gucci book. I like it a lot. Library of Souls by Ransom Riggs. I like the other Miss Peregrine books. I like that even as you read more books in the series, the books don't get worse. they don't have that middle book thing where the middle book is awful. I thought that Hollow City was pretty good, and I'm going to read this at some point. Also, can we have a brief discussion about like the naked book, right, with all the signatures on it? This is why I buy items, honestly. All of these books, all of the Miss Peregrine books are like so quality. They have a nice weight. That sounded strange. I like how the books are. Good job, Quirk Books. I bought the first Miss Peregrine book at Comic-Con, and I got a tote bag with it that said Stay Peculiar. And I got that 2 years ago, and if that thing breaks, I'm literally going to go back to New York and get a new one. It is my favorite bag. Good, very good tote bag. It hasn't broken on me. I've put so many items in it. It's just, okay. Stop talking about the Peculiar Children bag and start talking about the book that you have. A Madness So Discreet. This is one of the award books this year for my state. I haven't read this book yet. I got it for free at the library because I did the summer reading thing. I think the summer reading thing has only been going on for like 2 weeks and I already finished it, so I don't know what that book's about, by the way. Etiquette and Espionage by Gail Carriger. Oh, did I say? This is by Mindy McGinnis is what I meant to say. Etiquette and Espionage. I started reading this, and then I stopped. The next book is called Wicked, and it has the nice musical cover on it. And it's got green pages. I only bought this book because the edges of the pages are green. People say that this book is just mediocre at best. Cool. I listened to the musical like once, and I didn't really care. It was okay. It just wasn't extraordinary. But you know what? Who knows? Maybe I'll see it when I go to New York again. Because I'm going with my class. And that seems like a go-to play to go see. Who knows? Maybe we'll go see 1984. I want to see that, actually. It's scary, and I've never really seen a scary musical. People are talking about how, like, people go in there and straight faint. It sounds cool. I want to do that. I hate horror movies, though, so who knows. 1776 is up next. It's by David McCullough. Will I ever read this? I don't know. It seems interesting, but at the same time, I feel like I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna fall asleep. Then I have Me, Earl and the Dying Girl. Here's a little story for you. I have this book. I have 2 copies of this. And the other copy I had in the car, and I left it on the floor of the car, and I went and I babysat a child, and I came back and my dad was like, oh, I accidentally spilled vinegar on your book. And now the other one just smells like vinegar and the pages are all messed up, so I bought another one. And it's got a sticker on it for some reason. I have the complete poetry of Edgar Allan Poe. I bought this book thinking it was the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe, but I was stupid. So it's just poetry, and I can't really understand what any of it means. But I'm sure it'll come in handy for an English class or something. So I have Bell's Horror by Meg Wolitzer. I have no clue what this is about. I'll read it someday. Good. I have a box set of Harry Potter books. The first one is missing because my dad's reading it, but I've read 1 through 3. I need to read 4 through 7. I will at some point, just not now. And then finally, I have Percy Jackson. I've only read the first book. Well, okay, technically I have read the second book, but I don't remember what happened, so I have to read it again, and then I'll read the rest, and then I'll finish it, and then I'll read all the other what's his name? Rick Riordan books, because there's like 20 different series of Rick Riordan books, and they teach you mythology, which I don't really know much about, but the kids on my Quiz Bowl team do because they read Percy Jackson. Yay. I love Quiz Bowl. Anyway. Thanks for watching this probably longer than it should be, very boring video. I hope you fell asleep.